Hello, this is Mr. Otieno from Kingston Foundation School. I'm the one responsible for the Maths Scholarship Program. And I'm just going to take you through what it means and what the provisions are, and also how you can apply to become one. So how do you become a Maths Scholar? So number one, Maths Scholarship is not part of the admission process. So you don't have to apply for scholarship when you're applying for admission to the school. So you only apply to become a Maths Scholar having accepted a place at Kingston. So next, your child will sit an assessment either in the spring term while they're still in year 6, or at the beginning of the year 7, so at the beginning of the autumn term. If your child is successful in the assessment, they will definitely become a Maths Scholar. But in case they are unsuccessful, okay, they can also become a scholar, okay, when they come into class in year 7 and by the nomination of their class teacher, that is towards the end of the autumn term. If the child is working at a higher level, the class teacher will nominate them to be considered for scholarship. And when I receive that information, we'll examine the data and compare it with the rest of the cohort, and a decision will be made as to whether or not the child or the student has reached the required level. And normally when you become a scholar, you keep your scholarship in year 7 and year 8. Then we normally review internally in year 9. When they go into year 9, most of the students just stay into the program till year 11. And even some, when they go into 6th form and they're still pursuing maths as one of the subjects in 6th form, then they can continue to carry that through to year 13. So what are the provisions for the Maths Scholarship? Number one, there's an hour after school for each student in year 7 and year 8. They have the opportunity to just work with the maths teachers in doing a bit of problem solving and just enriching them in terms of their maths understanding. And then we've got about 4 to 6 sessions with Imperial College for a STEM program. They have an entry to the UK Maths Challenge competition, which is run by Leeds University for the UK Maths Trust. They have the opportunity to attend Maths in Action conferences. So it's a day out to just see how maths is actually used in the workplace. The guest speakers will be invited to come and talk about their how they use maths in their everyday life, which is really exciting. We also have the opportunity to enter students to do a Mensa IQ test. Normally, in the normal circumstance, if not for the pandemic, we normally have 2 international trips. Our usual destinations will normally be Frankfurt for year 7s in Germany, so that's around March, April, and then around June, July for year 10s to year 11s. We have trips normally going either back to Germany, so either we go to Cologne or we go to Florence in Italy, which have become kind of famous destinations. Small pictures of our last trip to Frankfurt with year 7s who are now our current year 9. How time flies. And then that is the same students. This at the high main tower in Frankfurt, the highest building. Get a really nice view of Frankfurt from there. Okay, so this is one of the STEM programs which we run with Imperial College. So on the left-hand side of me, the right-hand side of your screen, you've got students they have designed a rocket, and using pressure, they measure by time how far their rocket goes. And on the left-hand side, you've got students who are, I think they're we are programming a robot to make some turns, and there's an obstacle course which they need to design the robot to actually take. So really exciting things, things that kids that people actually use in industry in terms of maths. There's a lot of engineering there going on, which is great. So scholarship curriculum. So as I said, that in year 7 we normally focus a lot on problem solving. So critical thinking, how to go about solving a problem. That's our main thrust for year 7s. When we get to year 8, we start looking at slightly in-depth curriculum-based subjects. So geometry is our main one. So everything geometry is what the year 8s focus on, and then year 9s we're going to look at algebra. So that is the end of my PowerPoint and my presentation. I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, then please, you can normally send it, and we will try and reply it as soon as we can. Thank you very much.